Okay, so here we have a typical case of somebody who can't speak English very well at all. So I was looking at Fight Club's John Claude Van Damme Memorial here, if you will, uh, idolization or whatever. And just a photo, he said, "Damn, he gave us some truly memorable arts and movies, didn't he? An absolute legend." And I chimed in down here a little bit further on, a little late in the game. I said, he was only slightly better than Steven Seagal. I said I chose the spelling of his last name carefully, making a joke out of it. And Mark Jones comes in here and says, "Actors definitely make movies. I would like to see a director and producer go grab random people off the street and make a movie." They do that all the time. Every single movie made, they go out and they grab random people to make the movie with. They're called extras every single time. Now, there's not 100%, but that's not what he said. He says, "I wonder how good of a movie it would be if it didn't have talented actors." Okay, so, I mean, that's sort of a dumb question right there. If you don't have talented actors, I think he meant to say trained actors. So that's where he's coming across where he can't speak English. He meant to say trained and not talented, which is where he gets off on this thing. Hey, they don't have to be talented. Let's see a great producer make movies with no actors at all. Okay, see, now I didn't read that far. I stopped reading down when I got to this area here. Because according to you, they make movies, not actors. Okay. So I put down they do it all the time. Over here of extras, you can actually go out and find when a movie's being made, like down in Rosarito, Mexico. Go to the border and wait there. And I misspelled border. Oh well. Find where they grab hopefuls. Anyway, you can be in down there. I don't know. I think I meant to say handfuls there. So maybe I can't speak English either. So maybe we're both like screwed up. But he says, "Dude, nobody does that all the time." Yes, they do. They do it all the freaking time. Almost every movie, if not everyone, they grab extras for. They don't make movies just by using extras. I didn't say they did it just by using extras. I said they do grab extras all the time. Maybe you don't understand the statement. Well, I understood what you said up here. You just didn't understand what you said. Please name those blockbuster movies. I actually named one. And okay, so I answered him. I said, "I already named one. Uh, and I didn't say all. And neither did you. Uh, if you were to use nothing but extras, it would take longer to shoot because the people have to memorize their lines. But yes, Hollywood uses extras in almost, if not every movie." The only movie I see you named was Pearl Harbor. So he's not even following the conversation at this point. Now he's just, "I want names of movies." All right, let's start with names of movies. How about Captain Ron? This is a good one. It starts off with the street scene of about 1,000 people in New York walking around. Guess what? They didn't go out and grab 1,000 damn names to go out there and shoot one scene with. I could go through just any movie and name over and over and over again. But why am I not going to do this? Because it's every freaking movie made, or real close to it. I think maybe you're misunderstanding something. Okay, so here's the problem. I didn't understand it. He said right up here, where is it at? On his thing here, "I would like to see a director go and grab random people off the street and make a good movie." They do it all the time. Then he says, "I wonder how good the movie would be if they didn't have talented actors." There's a difference between not having talented actors and not having trained actors. He doesn't know how to speak English. All right, Like I said, I was in there. I'm no star. There were tons of extras. Maybe you should go see what I wrote. And if you're still confused, go get the movie Pearl Harbor and read the credits, because Pearl Harbor absolutely does acknowledge having gotten extras from the Marine Corps and the Navy in California, from San Diego and from Camp Pendleton and from 29 Palms. I don't know where they all came from, but um, I forget if I was at Camp Pendleton or in 29 Palms at the time, but I got a chance to go do that movie. Nobody, he says, also, you definitely said all. I definitely did not say all. I said up here, they do it all the time. That's where I use the word all. Ever hear of extras? This guy's never heard of extras. He doesn't have a clue how movies are made. Uh, so like I said, I was in there. Also, you definitely said all, but I'm not. But I'm definitely saying none because it's technically impossible. Well, if you're going to say that they never use extras, you're an idiot. Uh, I said they do it all the time, but I never said that it was 100% cast of extras, and neither did you. Can you even comprehend English? He says, and then I went on and said, and they def have a pool of extras, ordinary Joes that nearly every single movie made, if not every movie made, reaches out to. In the case of Pearl Harbor, they reached out to the Marines and the sailors in Southern California. That's how I got in that movie. He says, maybe you need to go and read my comment, the other guy, because you seem to be making a point that extras are in movies instead of explaining that the movies you have ever seen not only have extras. All right. Again, let's go to the comment that he made to the other guy. All the way back up here. Actors definitely make movies. I would like to see a director and producer go grab random people off the street and make a good movie. He never said with just those people. That's why I chimed in and told him, ever hear of extras? Not everybody knows about extras. I was 40 years old. I never thought about extras. I had no idea where they got all those street people from. Never even thought about it. And then when I found out, oh, you mean random Joes can be in movies? And I was like, oh, go for it. Then I realized the Flintstones in season 1, uh, they had a scene where they were going to make a movie in Bedrock. And they were going to make a movie and they needed a town. And the producer tells his assistant, just use a real town. He says, and that way you can use some of the people and there's extras. They love that stuff. Even as a kid in the 60s, I had the chance to learn then that extras existed, and I didn't learn it from Flintstones. Of course, back then I wasn't thinking about, everything that I think about these days. But when I was in my 40s, I found out, oh, hey, I can go be in a movie in Pearl Harbor as an extra. I didn't have to go to college. I didn't have to go to acting school or anything like that to be an extra. For all I know, this guy's never heard of him because of his comment up here. I'd like to see a director go grab random people off the street and make a good movie. You know what? I've read this a dozen times here. I wonder how good a movie would be if they didn't have talented actors. They're not going to use somebody that's not talented. They're not even going to use an extra if the extra is screwing up. They'll kick the guy off the set. So, hell, they don't have to be talented. Yeah, they do have to be talented. They have to have some kind of talent. They can't get up there and fall down on the set all the time. We had one guy that did that. We think he was drunk all the time. One of the extras that they had on the set, and he didn't last but a couple of days, and they invited him not to come back. So talent is a requirement for a movie, but make several movies with no actors at all. Okay, see, and you can't make a movie without an actor. Even an extra is considered an actor because you're acting the part. You know what? I guess I do make movies without actors. It's called the news, but this guy really doesn't speak English very well. And so he's called me out, and actually I think he's edited this. Yeah, he did edit it because on his original statement, uh, it's already edited in here too because let's see here. Yeah, he says, you seem to be making a point that extras are in movies instead of explaining what movies you have, blah, 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 blah. I didn't get to see the rest of it because I decided to just answer it and pull it up and look at it. And he's already edited it, so he's not saying the same thing that he said exactly. Do you do understand extras in movies are not who the movie is about, right? He didn't say make a movie and have the extras, have the average Joes be the stars. He just said grab some people off the street and make a movie. Dude, how hard is this for you to freaking understand? Now, are they going to take, and I actually said this up here someplace, are they going to take and make a movie with nothing but extras? I said no, because it's going to take them for a long time. It'll take them a long time to learn their parts. I think that was right here. Or maybe the next one down or the one above it. But I said it in here somewhere. Shoot, where's it at now? I already named one. I didn't say all either. You did. If you were to use all extras, this is where I said it. If you were to use all extras, it would take longer to shoot due to people having to memorize their lines. All right. So basically, they're not going to waste a lot of money on any movie. So they're not going to use all extras. It's just not going to happen. So that's why a statement like this, if that's what he meant, which I don't think it was, is absolutely asinine to begin with. Actually, he may have meant that, and he just doesn't speak enough English to know the difference between talented and trained. Don't know. Doesn't really matter. But he bought himself a spot on my channel. Let's see here. Did he make any other additional comments? No, a bunch of people made comments underneath them. Is that in the same thread? That's not the same thread. Let's refresh it and see if any more comments appear before I wrap this thing up, because I don't want to be making 15 freaking videos like I did yesterday. I want it all nice and neat little package here, because what happens is we chit-chat back and forth by typing little one-liners and nothing gets ironed out. People keep getting their panties in a tightwad and crying, "Oh, you need to read my statement." Oh, you need to read your statement. All right, so he's made no other comments after that. But Mr. Mark Jones, it's a good screen name, by the way. I like that. It's two common names, easy to remember. And when you're doing acting, that's what you get. You get people that have complicated names and they give them screen names. I'm nobody because nobody's perfect. But yeah, I'm just being silly on that. I don't actually mean it. I know I'm far from perfect, but I do read, write, and comprehend English on a third-year college level and have done so for decades. Wasn't that long ago that I tested, and I still have my skills. Right now, my speaking is not as good as it could be because I've had some dental work done and I'm tripping over my own teeth with my tongue. But um, we've got somebody here who just absolutely has no freaking clue, apparently, what the difference is between talented and trained. And he thinks that if you're not a trained actor, then you're not an actor. If you go up on the camera, even as a extra, you're considered an actor, and you get paid, and you get paid from 666 Mockingbird Lane, just like the real actors get paid. And I say real actors, the trained actors get paid because you're part of the Actors Guild at that point. But he doesn't know that either. All right, I'm going to wrap this thing up.